tlahtoāni, tlahtoāni Classical Nahuatl, tlahtoāni pronounced tlahtoʻaːni listen, one who speaks, ruler, plural tlahtohqueh tlahtoque or tlahtoque, is the classical Nahuatl term for the ruler of an āltepētl, a pre-Hispanic state. It can be translated into English as king, while Huey Tlatoani is translated as emperor. A cihuātlahtoāni Nahuatl pronunciation, siwaʔt tlahtoāni listen, is a female ruler or queen regnant. The term cuauhtlatoani refers to vice leader. The leaders of the Mexica prior to their settlement are sometimes referred to as cuauhtlatoque, as are those colonial rulers who were not descended from the ruling dynasty. The rulers' lands were called tlahtohcātlālli tlahtohcātlālli listen, and the ruler's house was called tlahtohcācalli tlahtohcācalli listen. The city-states of the Aztec Empire each had their own tlahtoāni or leader. He would be the high priest and military leader for his city-state. He would be considered their commander-in-chief. The tlahtoāni was the ultimate owner of all land in his city-state, received tribute, oversaw markets and temples, led the military, and resolved judicial disputes. He would often be a descendant of the royal family, however, in some cases he would be elected. Since the tlahtoāni was allowed to have several wives, his legacy would be easily maintained. After being established as the tlahtoāni, he would be the tlahtoāni of his region for life. The tlahtoāni was chosen by a council of elders, nobles, and priests. He would be selected from a pool of 4 candidates. Commanding hierarchy. The cihuātlahtoāni was the second in command after the tlahtoāni, was a member of the nobility, served as the supreme judge for the court system, appointed all lower court judges, and handled the financial affairs of the āltepētl. Tlahtoāni during times of war. During times of war, the tlahtoāni would be in charge of creating battle plans and making strategies for his army. He would draft these plans after receiving information from various scouts, messengers, and spies who were sent out to an enemy āltepētl city-state. Detailed information was presented to him from those reports to be able to construct a layout of the enemy. This was essential because this ensured the safety and success of each battle. These layouts would be heavily detailed from city structures to surrounding area. The tlahtoāni would be the most informed about any conflict and would be the primary decision-maker during war. In modern terms, in the U.S., the tlahtoāni would be the commander-in-chief, which is the President of the United States. The commander-in-chief is responsible for the armed forces or a military branch by exercising commands that must be followed. He would also be in charge of gaining support from allied rulers by sending gifts and emissaries from his city-state. During warfare, the tlahtoāni would be informed immediately of deaths and captures of his warriors. He would also be in charge of informing his citizens about fallen or captive warriors and would present gifts to the successful ones. Tlahtoque of the Aztec Empire. There were 11 tlahtoque during the 145-year Aztec Empire. āltepētl, 1376–1395. Huitzilohuatl, 1395–1417. Chimalpopoca, 1417–1427. Itzcoatl, 1427–1440. Moctezuma I, 1440–1469. Axayacatl, 1469–1481. Tizoc, 1481–1486. Ahuitzotl, 1486–1502. Moctezuma Roman II, 1502–1520. Cuauhtlahuac, 1520. Cuauhtémoc, 1520–1521.